in Manchester and it's muddy, but I don't care because mud is good. This is Every Trade Behind the Build, episode 57. So welcome back to the yard. I know a lot of you guys really enjoy the yard content, and obviously I love it too, and I'm a bit conflicted because I'd literally make an episode just about the yard, but really I think that might get a bit repetitive, and obviously there is people out there that really do love the other stuff that we do, like Project 849 and all the other building work. So it's hard. I'm just going to try keep telling the story and keep sort of just seeing what happens day in, day out, because no days are the same at this company. Thank you very much if you watched Sunday's episode. If you didn't, why not? You'll like it. We also hit 11,000 subscribers on Sunday, which is outrageous because it took ages to get to 10,000 and a week to get to 11. So hopefully that will keep going, because the more people that subscribe, the more people that YouTube seems to serve the content to, and the more people that learn our story. So look, you can see we've sold finally quite a bit of our lovely screened topsoil, and the feedback we've had is that it's great and it's ideal for turfing. So we're just gonna keep making, because we've got that much of it, and hopefully keep selling it. We are a bit late in the season, and I imagine we're not going to sell that much in the winter, and also we've got the headache of trying to store it, but it's good. It's sort of like proof that what we're doing is right. We'll do our grabs, we bring it in, we separate the hardcore, separate the soil, screen it, make a new product, sell it. That is the model, and I love it. But yeah, good to be back in the yard, so let's have a wander around and bring you guys a little update. So, what we're doing in the yard in terms of the build, if you like, is trying to make space. So you'll see, we've got the two 14-ton machines on top of the piles. We need to transfer what's in that yard, which is the part of our yard that we're giving back, into this part, which will be our new processing part for now, because we need to, by the end of this month, end of September, is pass that parcel of land back to the landlord on that side. You'll remember I told you there's two separate landlords here of essentially what is 3 yards that we're merging into one. We're now on the way with a waste consultant sorting out all the permits we need, which is great. Very expensive, very long process, but I've had some good productive meetings about that. And yeah, it's just a slow burn. It's dominating quite a lot of my time, energy and money, especially because we've got another toy coming, which hopefully I'll show you in next week's episode. But this is the missing link. Well, one of the missing links anyway. So yeah, so we've got Dave and the dig on the heaps. There's a little issue on that machine there. Dale is on the Abersock job, which we're going to bring you again, hopefully, in Sunday's episode. So we're waiting for him to come back to sort that. But yeah, as soon as we can get everything onto this side, we're going to fire up that beast again. The problem we've got is we can't keep up with that. That processes the stuff so quickly that we're running out of space, and we've not yet got the rest of the yard ready to store it. But yeah, over in Liverpool, now, I don't know if we did bring you these jobs right at the start of it, which is weeks and weeks and weeks ago. We've got 2 HMOs that we're doing for a returning investor client of ours for Every Trade. Now, obviously in Liverpool, we'd have our normal Liverpool build team run by Christian over there doing them jobs, but because we've been so busy on our Emperor stuff, we've not been able to get across it. But because our Emperor stuff is now coming to an end and our busy season's coming to an end, Alex is now, and Christian, able to spend a little bit of time on them jobs so we can get them jobs caught up a little bit, because they've got to be finished by the end of September. And there's a lot of pressure, there's a lot to do. So yeah, over to Alex that's gonna show you around them.
So we are in Liverpool, and you might not remember these jobs, but this job and the one down the road is when we come to Liverpool with Chris and Kieran, and we showed you around these ones. We're starting from a new client, and we don't own these ones, we're doing them as part of every TDG contracts for a client that we've done a couple of HMOs for in the past. Now these two that we're doing, there's not much structural going on inside them, it's just a new full overhaul inside, back to brick hit like you're seeing on the videos. I'm hoping you're going to see a little bit. And at the moment now it's all plastered, painted, well sort of mist coated, and the lads that are on with the second fix. Floors are going in, skirt arc doors. Thomas Cook is back from Aldi now, so he's fitting the boiler, and we're going to have a look at this one today, and we're going to go down the road and see the other one where the tilers are as well. So let's go and have a look. So how's that? Look at the spider there, it's massive, isn't it? Look at it, this is a spider. Yeah. Oh. So yeah, so the floor's gone down. The customer's picked their colour floor they want. Very similar spec to what we do in terms of layout of the rooms. We've sort of designed and helped them on the design of them, where things are going and stuff like that. Bedside lights, tellies, beds. The radiators are the same radiators that we do, which are the black ones, flat panel. They've picked their own sort of style, skirt and arc. They're going for Taurus, we normally go for OG. And they're doing their own painting themselves, because that's part of their own business as well. But obviously down here the room's a lot bigger. There's no en-suites in this one, it's just a 5-bed, 2-bathroom house or HMO. So at this stage now they've just mist-coated it, even though they've done it in the colour that looks like they're going to use. The lads, Dad and Lad, Ross and Ray, are upstairs cracking on, doing their bits, and as I say, they've done all the floors laminated first, and they're going through putting the door skirts and arch on. You know your new nickname though, don't you? What? Thomas Cook.
Is it? 2 weeks today, I'm on that.
What? Again? Back again?
Just for a weekend.
You've been smashing it this year, you. So yeah, same again, floors down. Ross and Ray, Dad and Lad doing skirt and arcs. And the Sparks are in another property, which is the other one of these, doing their bits, and they're going to come into here next. Plumbing's getting done, boilers going in downstairs. And yeah, I mean, each room's basically the same. Once you get to this stage of the job as well, it's quite easy for us to try and push it on and get it moving. But as I say, once they've second fixed, the tilers starting next week to tile the whole ground floor, start the bathrooms, as the bathrooms are ready to roll as well now. They're all starting Monday on this property, and then once that's done, the plumbers will come back then, get all the bathrooms fitted out, so moving good now. So in this one, the floor space is more or less being doubled. Where the purling is, the eaves were closed off there, which was a bit mad. So we proposed to the client about extending the loft floor to make the room much more bigger. We did the same in the front room as well. We've done this on both of the houses, and in and out it's well bigger. Like obviously the bed's going to go in that location there, but it makes the room feel so much more spacious, and it hasn't even got a dormer on it. The floor heights haven't even changed with these properties here. Are a little bit bigger than all the other ones in Kensington. So as I say, yeah, same dancing here, floors down. Ross is now up on the top floor now, starting to put the casings in for the doors. He's just made the one for next door. So just on the way over to the next one now, which we're doing for the same customer. And now that myself and the Liverpool team, Christian and the gang, have done all high pressure jobs, and the tenants are all moved in, and all that side of things are dealt with, we're not under pressure on the other jobs. We are now going to hit these ourselves and help out the Manchester team who've been working on them to get them pushed on now. So we'll have our full focus on them, all our energy behind it, and we'll just put a bit of force behind now to get them moving. So as I say, a little bit less pressure for us on our own stuff, so we can fully focus now on this one for this customer, get these done, because these need to be done for the end of September, which they will be, because the position that they're in now, and as I say, knowing where these jobs are up to, should be quite easy for us. So we'll go in the next one now, see how we're getting on. It's only me, mate. So we've done the same as well on this for this customer. What we do on ours, we have a little doormat built in. Some people tile right the way through or put laminate through, but we try and create like a bit of a recess, and we get a mat made, which is a specific doormat that'll fit in the gap there. Just better finish. Inside now, tiles are all tiled. Just finishing off the last few bits, and then the joiners can come back in and second fix the skirt and crack on with the kitchen. Needs a good little tidy up. Have to get the lads over to have a little brush round to see what's going on. But yeah, so as you can see, second fix joinery's well on its way. More or less done, to be honest. All them are on. Spark's been in, putting all his bits on. Matt from Opal has been on this one. Spotties are in. Everything's on. See if we've got any power. No, not yet. So yeah, same spec as what we put on our houses. Exactly the same spec in terms of what colours go in, how many lights go in, and the locations of them all. But in here now, it only needs the radiators to go on, and it's basically ready for the decorators. The smoke alarm's got to be fitted, but other than that, it's done. The doors, we leave the doors on with no closing until the very end, just so they aren't getting pushed open all the time, being hard to open, so we leave them open, so the closers will be fitted after the decoration's done. But in here now, it's looking good, do you know what I mean? Looking good. Nice wood skirt as well. Normally the MDF stuff goes on, but in here a little bit more upmarket, and it's gone for the actual wood, so it's a bit more money then. But it's easier to get a better finish as well on the paint. So you're prepping now, aren't you?
Yeah, this is the shower ones and the floor.
No, yeah.
And then the metros go on the walls right round it.
One thing that I've picked up on when we've come and a look round here now is that there's some weird stuff happening with the stairs here. So there's going to be a room there and a room there, but there's no way this is getting by building control. So we're going to have to come up with something to create like a landing so we can safely go into that room and then out again.
So Niles just reminded me there, when we did film this one with Chris and Kieran, KTM, Chris mentioned about we want to have to form a step coming into this room because the one that was in wasn't very good, and it wasn't, so you can remember it was like little small steps. So we formed a new one to fit in better with regulations, and building control came out and seen it and they're happy with it, and it's much better than what was already in, so we've improved the existing. If it was a brand new room going in and the room wasn't already here, we wouldn't have been able to do what we've done. We would have to do something similar to what's behind, but they've let us do it anyway because we've improved what was already there. But as I say, the lads have formed on the site. He's done the same on the other house as well, both the same set of stairs, but it makes it much easier to get in now, and the door is set back compared to where it was. It used to be right here on the step, and you need to give yourself an allowance to come in to stand in order to open and operate the handle to get inside. So that's just all been pushed back a little bit. Took a little bit of space off the room, but we've had to do it to comply with new regulations. This one, again, we moved the eaves further forward. The room, this house is slightly a little bit smaller than the other one, but the room's still a decent size. And again, Spark's done all his bits, Joins have done theirs, just need to clean down inside. Doors are all on now as well, as you can see. So in here now, just the radiators to go on, which is there. Smoke alarm to go on, and then that's it, ready for painters. So the lads, I'm told the lads are coming next week, so they'll be here to get put on straight away. And then we're moving in here. Bathrooms are getting tiled now by the tilers. Plumbers are ready to start fitting them out next week, and then that's it. It's not much more we need to do in this job in terms of getting it finished. We may be a couple of extra bits that we want the customer wants us to do, putting tellies up and putting mirrors up and stuff like that, but we'll just cross that bridge when we come to it. But as I say, yeah, progress is going on. As me and Christian are moving on to it, you know, we're going to put a bit of energy behind it and push it on that little bit more to get it over the line. So when me and Niles has been walking down, you'll see then on the camera shot, I was talking to camera, we stopped before we got in the house, and there was a group of women who live a couple of doors down, and they were all like looking. Obviously now I was walking with the camera, we weren't even speaking to her, just walking down to the next house, and she's like, "What are you filming?" I was like, "YouTube, what for?" I was thinking like, for in the end. What are you filming it for? And I was like, just filming for our business, you know, to promote ourselves and that. And then he sort of like changed a little bit then, and she went, oh, I thought you were going to film like Britain's Worst Street or something. And I was like, no, we're just filming our business, showing what we're doing on the construction side. And said, but if you did film that though, it might go viral. And she just laughed, that was it. But now I was like running in with this camera, out the way. So yeah, so all boxed there for today. Nice little update on what we want to try and do as well. I want to try and keep you up to speed with this job now, or these two jobs as they progress and come to the end. As I say, because we've got more time now, myself and Christian, we're going to be a lot more on the job. And we'll bring it to the channel as well, because Niall's obviously going to be with me, and I'll be across them a lot more to help out Manchester and, you know, get a good thing down. This week's but I've been up the wall as well, because I haven't even got my boots on, which is bad. I'm always on the lad for boots and stuff like that, and health and safety. I haven't even got my high-vis on. I've got one that's been borrowed to me, but, you know, I'm just dealing with it and trying to get things done. So I'm going to hand you back over to Manchester now anyway. They'll take it from here.
So yeah, I mean, the yard isn't as a happy place when the sun isn't shining. It's just mud, basically. It's funny because the dig and the lads are used to it, where I just don't like being in an environment that doesn't make me feel positive to work. But eventually the plan will be to concrete the entire yard. But as you know, concrete is expensive and there's a lot to do. But speaking of concrete, we've had another delivery of these bad boys, concrete blocks, from our friends at Midas Aggregates. We've got, I think, 28 here now. So yeah, we're going to work out, I think once that part of the yard is fenced off, we're going to build some bigger bays there with them. But for now, they're here. We don't know what we're going to do with them. We're in the way, to be honest. But yeah, these are actually a big ones. These are a 1400, where previously the ones we've been getting from Dave are 1200. So yeah, we just need to have a little think about how we're going to do that. So Project 849, this is literally the last week. And I've not even been there this week yet because I've had so much to do. It's been chaos. However, I'm going to go down there tomorrow and I'll bring it in Sunday's episode. But Hollywood, the man that's been up to no good, is going to go over there now and show you where we're up to. And what we might do, because there's so much going on there, is give you another update by the end of this episode, because a lot happens there every single day. The job literally comes along so much in a day. So yeah, we have got to be done and dusted by the end of this week. So let's have a look. So, as I've explained in previous episodes, this bit here is where the bulk of our primary aggregate bays are going to be. So at the moment, we've got type 1, which is the staple of every aggregate yard. Now, obviously, we've got to keep it on the ground because pretty much everybody wants type 1 quarried. However, I'm more interested in the recycling piece. But, like I say, I want to be this one-stop shop. We've also got the clean 10mm aggregate for drainage. A lot of people can use 20 as well. At the moment, we're selling quite a lot of 10, and we use quite a lot of 10 on our projects. But the idea is that we're going to get all of this clear, and our bays will run around here for all our primary aggregate, so not recycled, primary. So we're going to get all this concrete. So we had a bit of concrete in here already existing when we first got the yard. We've infilled this bit here. I mean, this bit alone was about 1,500 quid. That's just for the concrete. We had to do the labour as well. It's not great, but if you watch Dane's Lowe's videos, you'll see that you don't have to get a perfectly polished finish. Like if we were doing a slab in someone's house or extension, you know, we'd literally float it to a perfect finish. But this, because you've got shovels on it and diggers on it, it grinds it down, but it's perfect. So the idea is we'll concrete our way out of this yard, but there's just so much to move beforehand. But that's life and that's yard life. But yeah, you'll see here at the moment, we've used this bit, which is the unsealed part of the yard. We've used this to store some recycled, but this bit here is all going to be cleaned off. We're going to concrete this bay here. This all where we'll keep some screen topsoil, but we're going to build a monster bay. I told you about this the other week as well. A mega bay that'll keep about 300 tons of recycled here. So we've started putting the blocks in place, but we've actually run out of this type, which is the type I got from Dave from D&J and Watt Block, who are based in Manchester, because the ones that I ordered from Midas have a different, what would you call this, a lug or something. It's only got two, if you notice. So they are not compatible with them, and that's a bit annoying. So we've got to free up some of these type to finish this bay. So we're going to clear all this soil, get this topsoil sold here, and this bay will spread from here right the way back to the edge of what will be the new yard. That fence there, that's going to go, and what we've agreed with the landlord is we're going to put RSJs in and concrete panels in. You've probably seen that system on other yards. It's another way of doing this basically, but that is going to be right down the perimeter, so we'll be able to store materials on both sides of them. Quite good really. So that is all happening next month, but as I keep saying, at the moment our problem is we have got to make space. So earlier in the episode I mentioned about another piece of kit that we've purchased that's coming actually on Friday, but we probably won't get to show you till next week. So have a go in the comments, put down what you think that piece of kit is. I'll give you a clue. So we've got the baby grab, which is a great bit of kit. It's the very first grab we bought. Brilliant for tighter jobs, brilliant for bag work, delivering bags, brilliant for city centre work, which we do quite a bit here because we're based in city centre. We've got the 8x4 grab, which is obviously the mainstay, the staple of any grab operator. It's the one that carries the most amount of weight, etc. But I felt like we were missing a trick, especially because we want to get into aggregates in a big way. So put in the comment below what you think our latest purchase might be. And I'll give you another clue. We're going to use quite a lot, come this way Hollywood, we're going to use quite a lot of this AdBlue. So what we've got here, now we're spending a lot, we've been reviewing what we've been spending a lot on AdBlue and diesel. So we get diesel delivered to the yard now, and I've got an IBC, so basically the biggest amount of AdBlue you can buy in one hit. That's been delivered, and I actually bought that from a company called Transparts. I mentioned in Sunday's episode I had a meeting with Danny, who is actually Weldafab's sponsor, his company AutoVol. Great guy, really inspiring guy actually. Well, he gave us a great deal on that. He said, and it literally, we did a fair thing. He got his price off his software, and we'd gone to our previous supplier's price, and we saved 400 quid on that. I mean, I think it was an introductory price that he gave us, but it was great. And it literally arrived the next day. So yeah, we're going to be now looking at things like that, where we can buy more things at quantity to try and save money. And this space, this yard, will enable that, because I'm saying that even about building materials or things like that. We could probably buy bigger quantities of, I don't know, blocks and things that we use, cement. I'd say timber, but timber might be an issue to store, but buy things at a bigger level, and then maybe even sell them and supply other people. This yard, this space, don't forget, we're getting all this concrete as well, gives us so many more options to get into things. It just really excites me. But yeah, there's just so much to do, and it feels like we're right in the thick of it, especially in the mud. But as I said, I'm going to send you back to project 849, because don't forget, we're still a building company, construction where the bulk of our turnover comes from. This is nothing, this is just a cost. This is like a side project at the moment. So back to 849, final push, we'll bring on Sunday where we got up to, if we did it, but for now, let's see where we're up to. Honestly, this is what I love to see. We've actually managed, the dig's managed to get the other 14-tonner back working. Dale's got to have a look at it tomorrow, but look, machines, I love it, working. Look, it blows my mind what we've managed to put together here. 2 14-ton machines. I've been looking at bigger machines, but we actually just don't need it. But honestly, I've been looking at them thinking I want one. I just want it. I think eventually I will own so much plant, as much plant as I can physically buy, because I'd love it. Even the 5-tonner, the tracks are on that now. Dale has actually done that, but forgot to film it for YouTube, which is annoying. But look, oh, if that doesn't excite you, what does? I know some people are not bothered, but I could just sit here all day and watch these machines work. I actually do, because I watch it on the cameras, which is quite distracting. But yeah, that's it for another episode of Heavy Trade Behind the Build. I thought I'd just bring you an update generally from the yard. I'm spending a lot of time at the yard at the moment, and just show you the other bits. We've actually got some other projects starting. We've got a loft conversion that's started this week, which we'll get to this week and bring you in Sunday's episode, all being well. We've just laid materials down and set up site in Abersock, and hopefully we'll bring you some of that in Sunday. So yeah, I think this yard will play a big part in these weekly episodes whilst we're getting it up and running, and hopefully you guys are enjoying the story, warts and all. But we'll also show you the property development, so don't worry, we're not going to abandon that, because I know a lot of you guys love the property development side, love preferred joinery, and also we'll stick with the construction stuff. But yeah, I just want to keep telling the story, and hopefully you can see the love and the enthusiasm that I and Alex have for our businesses. But this is mega. Honestly, wish I started this 10 years ago. Come back on Sunday, guys. Have a great rest of the week. Hopefully you've liked this episode. If you have, please hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, please do subscribe. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your grandma, tell anyone that might be interested in this. Because why would you not be interested in this? Even can't even get my words out. Have a good week. Mega.